Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello everybody, Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Welcome to the program. Thank you for listening. Today we have podcast episode number 195. We are so close to 200. So close to 200. It's so exciting to me. Remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com or go to michaelquarles.com, click on the Ask Michael button. Or when you're there, there's a little function to actually talk to me via a recording device. Naturally, you can also text the word wealth to the number 313131. Here we go. Question number 1. How many people work in your office? That's a great question. I think all total, there's 27 of us. So that's not bad. Question number 2. How often do you find out that your assistants overbid on a property or buy in an area that has no resale value? Unfortunately, sometimes but we have checks and balances for that. So one of our key components that we do, and everybody should have something like this, is if we cannot find a BPO or we can't hire a BPO, then that instantly tells us don't buy the property. So we're in an area, we get good values, everything looks great, but we cannot find an agent to give us a BPO. Not buying the house. We're cutting the deal, cutting it loose, cutting it gone. Another investor can take it over, but we're not doing it. And the reason we don't do it is because if we can't find an agent to do a BPO, how in the heck do we think that we can find a buyer that's represented by an agent to buy the thing? So we're just not doing it. So sometimes though we get through the process and every once in a while it does happen, but that's the law of the averages, I guess. I always look at the real estate investment business not by how much you make per transaction, because that'll just drive you crazy. It's how much you make at the end of the year. At the beginning of this year, I suggested everybody write down what they have. And you should do the same thing July 1st. So every 6 months, you write down what you have. How much is in your bank account? What kind of car do you drive? Where do you live? Those kinds of things. And then every 6 months, look at that balance. Did bank account balance grow? Did it? Well, they made some money then. The bills grow? Did it? If they did, and they grew faster than or larger than the account balance, well, then you didn't make any money. Did you get a nicer house? Did you get a nicer car? Did your life increase? That's the kind of stuff I look at. Per transaction, you can just drive yourself insane, because there's times that we're going to sell something for less than we paid for it. And it's okay, guys. It really is. Don't get all excited about, I'm going to lose money. Well, who cares? Buy the 50 that you're not losing money on should more than compensate for the one you do lose. And you're going to lose money on a real estate transaction. If I'm the only one that's ever been honest with you about that fact, I apologize, because more people should have let you in on the secret that this business is not 100% fail-safe. It's not 100% that everything's going to go right. There's something that's going to go wrong. No matter what systems you've implemented, you were at some point in your business, you were going to stumble. It's okay. It's how you get up. It's how you rebound that defines your character. If you stay on the ground like a little wimpy person, well, that defines your character too. So don't worry about the deal. Worry about the end of the year, the bank account balance, that you have a great life. Were you able to do things that you wanted to accomplish and do? That's the important part about life. When we set goals in 6 areas of our life, we set them in 6 areas so we can have a fulfilled life. We don't set them in just our financial part of our life. We set them in other areas as well. So it's really important. Anyway, I know, ranting. Question number 3. Do you have someone that goes over the offer that Ryan made to the sellers? Absolutely. We absolutely do. And keep in mind, we try to get rid of the deal prior to ordering the BPO. So prior to the process of ordering a BPO, broker's price opinion, someone that's going to give us a value, We are looking for every reason under the sun that we can kill this deal. How many units are on the market? How many units are on the market at our price point? How many units are on the market? Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, And, we look at pictures and neighborhoods, and we really try to kill the deal. I'd rather kill it before I spend any money. I do not get excited about getting a contract. I get excited about selling a house. Okay? So the excitement level, I used to get excited about buying a house. Like, woo, man, I bought a house. That was fun. Well, then realize that, that wasn't as much fun as selling the dang thing. When you sell them, that's fun because you get this big old fat check and you can just go out and do anything you want. Well, within reason, depending on how fat the check is. But you get a lot of those fat checks, you can do a lot of stuff. So, we have someone that tries to kill the deal. We try to kill the deal more than most investors try to. I think most investors will just squeeze that thing like it's just, man, they're trying to just squeeze something out of it. No, if it's not a deal, it's not a deal. And you have to have systems in place that say, hey guys, I'm not really a deal. It's okay, kick it to the curb. Let another investor spend all of their energy, all of their resource doing the deal that you refuse to do, which will now give you time to do the deals they can't do because they're spending all of their time trying to figure out the deal you gave them, that you gave back. It's okay.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. Is it true that you never have to find a cash buyer because you put your properties on the MLS? Yes. Yeah, put all the properties on the MLS. That's what we have the MLS for, is to sell property. We know 75% of the investors out there that are buying investment property are buying via the MLS. And if you think about it, a lot of investors don't buy in their area. They buy outside of their areas for investment property. The only way they can find investment property is through the MLS, through hiring a local real estate professional. So absolutely. I always want to put it on the MLS. I'm trying to make 40% or more when I buy a house. It's only costing me 6% to sell the house. Well, there's still 34% left over. And here's the other part. That 6% doesn't just hire an individual to sell my house. That 6% hires all of them. All of them. So there's only one of me. If I chose to sell my own house, it's me by myself taking me away from what I should be doing, and that is buying houses. But if I'm going to sell my house all by myself, it's me. Well, if I decide I'm going to spend 6% of the 40 or so that I'm going to make on the transaction to hire this group of professionals to find a buyer, to get multiple offers, that's what I want to do. Question number 5. Are you the listing agent on the properties that you have under contract that you put on the MLS? No. Nope. I am a broker. If you have a system in place, your system has to be this and this only. It cannot assume that you will have any responsibility within the transaction of buying and selling houses. If it's a true system, it must remove you. You are not a technician. You are not a manager. In fact, here's what you are. You are the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is not the listing agent. The listing agent's a technician. Maybe the listing agent could be a manager, but probably just a technician. You do not want to be a technician inside of your business. You want to be the entrepreneur of your business. That means you're going to hire somebody else who's going to spend the money on for sale signs, lock boxes, memberships, blah, blah, blah. And besides that, I buy all over the country. I'm only broker in California. I know we're a big, big, big country all by ourselves, but my license doesn't work in another state. Besides that, even though it works in California, we have 93 boards of realtors or MLSs in California. I'm not a member of all 93 of them. I mean, it's not even practical. I didn't even list them in my city where I can list them. Doesn't make any sense to me. So, great question. Great questions. These were really fast and simple today. I loved it. I hope you guys listened to my interview with Harry Paul yesterday. That was great. I got a chance to listen to it. And he is my new BFF? Best friends forever? Well, maybe not forever, but best friends maybe so. I don't know. We might have a little bromance going on. But he's just a cool cat. Boy, did that expression age me. Man, for those of you who didn't know what a cool cat is, that's just a nice guy, okay? It's not a cat I stuck in the water, anything like that. But, go out and buy a house. Go out on purpose today and buy a house. Remember what I said this week. One thing that you could do is join a group. I joined another one yesterday, by the way. This one's a cool one. I like this one. I really, really like this one. I'm going to benefit from this one socially. It's going to be it's a social kind of group. It also will benefit me a little bit in my business, but it's mainly going to benefit me in my social arena of my goal setting. So that's kind of cool. And next week I'll have a challenge for you guys as well. So I've got to try to give you a challenge week to go out and do something and to fall forward and create a better lifestyle. Until tomorrow, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.